Greetings, Dennis Daniels here. This is Connections, and it's got promise, but it's missing a couple of things. Namely, it's not a wiki. It doesn't act like a wiki. I don't think it ever was ever intended to be a wiki, but it certainly is missing a couple of things. In terms of its pros and cons, it's not easy to edit. There is no edit button. It's not a wiki, and I think that's the biggest problem. You can reuse modules, but that process itself is not transparent. And there's lots, it makes me wonder about the platform itself. It feels old. It feels like a university professor wrote it and not somebody who actually is thinking like a web person. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's just the way it feels like. It's kludgy. And like, for example, I might have more content that I could add here, but there is no way to do that. There's no notes. There's no comments. I have to send email to the author of the module. Why do I need to do that? I want to actually leave it right there. No commenting on page, no notes on the page. I think there's probably a rating somewhere, but where is it? Okay, I don't even think there's right over here. Okay, there's a rating module over there, but there's no view list. All right, so it does have rating, but it doesn't show number of views, number of editors. These are basic things in most common wikis today, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. Oh, and it's slow. It's really slow. The pros that it's pretty well written. Maybe that's why they have all of these limitations, or it doesn't allow for all of these things. But I think it can overcome the well-written part if it used something like if it was used something like a mixed ink platform or mixed ink paradigm, which is a very mixed ink. I think it's .org. That would really help this connexions.org. Why am I going through all this? Why? Because I really think that teachers should be publishing. All teachers should be publishing. And eventually we would arrive at a point where the best school books or the best textbooks, the best texts, media for education would rise to the top, and then we would use that material in the schools. That's what Connections suggests. But the cons, it's not easy to edit. So you're not going to get teachers unless they are dedicated to add materials, because it's just not easy. It's not easy to edit. So that's some thoughts on Connections. Let's take a look at mixed ink. The mixed ink paradigm is very interesting, and I think although its particular UI is not perfect, it does have some very exciting tools, namely this one, where you can, reading someone else's module or comments, you can highlight it, and then those comments get added to your document, right, so that you have immediate citation. So if I wanted to select this particular text, select it, and then throw it into a draft piece over here, Carol Laman, in this instance, would get credit for it, but then it would go into my own collection so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel a million times. And for that matter, when I look at this page, there's no way for me to, I've already created my own collection. Go up to the top. If I add it to, well, where's my collection? I want to add it to my collection. It's not there. I can't add it to my collection. I can't add it as a module. I can't derive a copy. So it's fundamentally flawed in that regard. I really hope that Rice University and Connections, oh, look at that, Rice is not down there. I really hope that Connections can rework its UI, because this, as nice as it is, and given the number of contributors and collections and content managers, it's nice, but wow, it's got a long way to go before it's ready for prime time, in my humble opinion. Thanks for watching.